In 2020, Square Enix released Marvel's Avengers, which was a terrible game, and everybody knew that the next game in this same category will be or might be exactly the same. Then they announced Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, which was quickly rooted out of people's minds because of the horrible reception of Avengers. Marvel's Avengers was a button smashing microtransaction dumpster fire that didn't work and actually left a horrible taste in gamers' mind. When Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy was announced, we were all thinking that this will be the same experience. I have played both games, and I can tell you surely right now that now, for me, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Today, with everything that Square Enix is going through, money-wise and business-wise, we don't know if we will get another game like this, if we will get a sequel to the Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy, because Square Enix quite simply is thinking that the Avengers game didn't work, the Guardian of the Galaxy game didn't work because of the Avengers game. However, they don't really quite understand that. And now they are thinking that another game in this category might make them lose money. Now the question that is on our minds, will Square Enix take the risk to make another Marvel game, or will they leave this sort of a whole story in their past? Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy is available on Game Pass, and if you've played the game, you might already know that this is a great game. Maybe you've played it and you don't really like it at all, but for those who haven't touched it yet, let's quickly review this game. Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy is an action-adventure game. The graphics are fucking amazing. You play as Star-Lord, and you have the whole team of the Guardians with you. You cannot play as anybody else. However, you can order them to do some specific things throughout the games, whether it is during combat or doing simple puzzle solving and platforming. As Star-Lord, you only have one weapon, your two guns. There's something special about these guns. You can sort of change your firepower, change your bullets, something like this. You can order your teammates to perform different attacks during combat. You can make Drax throw something at enemies. You can make Rocket explode something. You can make Gamora cut huge pieces of something that is hanging above the battlefield, which will fall and inflict damage on your enemies. You can make Groot grab multiple enemies at the same time, sort of immobilizing them and making it a lot more easier for you to perform huge impactful attacks. You can also upgrade your Guardian. Mostly you can upgrade Peter Quill. You can upgrade his abilities to scan something during the battle or scan the environment. You can upgrade Gamora, Drax, Rocket and Groot, but you only give them sort of one of a 4 special skills that they have, and as long as you progress you will unlock all of them. The same goes for Peter Quill. You also have 4 different skills and you upgrade them in the same way as the other Guardians. The combat is nice. It's simple, but it's nice because it reminds me a little bit of Uncharted and Naughty Dog games, when your character interacts by itself with the environment around himself while he is fighting his enemies. If you remember, in the Uncharted games, Nathan Drake would fight against somebody, and if he's standing next to a table, for example, he might grab his enemy's face and smash it on the table, and sort of interacting with the environment. You don't have to do anything, you just have to press the button to punch and he will do the rest. In Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy it kinda works the same way, but not quite. When you're fighting somebody, you might have Drax next to you, and if you are punching your enemy, Drax might finish your move for you. If you are fighting next to Rocket or Drax or Gamora and you are punching your enemy, one of them might help you finish your attack. Sometimes you also interact with the environment. You might kick somebody in the face and it might end up by him smashing his face onto a wall or something like this. It makes the gameplay very cinematic and very cool to watch. In this game you have to make choices. Choices of dialogue, choices for the progression of the game. If you've played Telltale games, this is exactly the same thing here. One of the strongest points of this game is in the interaction between your characters. No matter what you do, no matter where you are, all the guardians are always talking between them. You can always hear somebody commenting on your actions, commenting on the situation, saying something. If you're exploring a location and you're going somewhere where you need to find a crate in order to unlock an outfit, you might hear somebody like Rocket or Gamora tell you, why are you going there, or why are you doing this? This makes it so real. This makes these characters so alive. No matter what you do, they are always interacting with each other. They are always talking. There are constant, non-stop dialogues between everybody. It truly seems like a lot of work was put into making those characters and this whole game feel alive and real. This game also gives you a small space to explore. You can explore some locations in order to find, like I said, parts that will help you upgrade your character, or you can find crates which allow you to unlock other outfits. Because each guardian has different outfits, which kinda cool, and you can pick some famous outfits from comic books, you can pick the outfits from the movies also, and just quite simply different outfits across the comic book history. You can make your team interact with the environment. If you're stuck someplace, like you need to get into a high point, you can make Gamora jump onto a wall and give you a lift. You can make Groot create a bridge, or you can make, for example, Rocket like squeeze into a small place, into a small tunnel in order to unlock a door which is only unlockable on the other side. And this whole thing is very simple, it is very action adventure, but it adds something to the experience that you don't quite have in other games, and it enhances the experience a lot. Another thing that is quite simply amazing in Guardian of the Galaxy is that you have a ton of licensed music coming straight from the 90s and the 80s. You can make the music play while being on your ship, you can make the music play in the menus and stuff, but you can also make the music play during combat. It's a special ability that the whole team has. Whenever you gather enough experience on some sort of points, you will gather your whole team, Peter Quill will gather the whole team, and you will have to make the right choice in your speech. If you make the right choice, the whole team gets a special boost which makes them use their skills non-stop without losing, like without waiting for it to cool down. However, if you choose the wrong speech, only Peter will get this boost. But the main thing is that once you finish your speech, a random music from your playlist starts playing and the whole vibe of those Guardians of the Galaxy movies is coming into place. The whole vibe of the Guardian of the Galaxy kicking ass to some alien dude, to some monsters, while hearing your old favorite tracks playing. This is just amazing. This is the best aspect of the game. It is so entertaining, it is so cinematic and cool that you are kind of sinking into this game and you're just having a fun, great time. To me, the game feels kind of quite short. You have different chapters, some of them are quite short, some of them are long, and before you start the game you can choose one of the difficulties, and you can also rearrange some details about the difficulty, which is quite cool, and I haven't seen this in many games. The only small thing that seems a little bit disappointed to me is that the choices that you're making throughout the game don't really mean anything at the end. Once the game finishes, you only have one ending, and the choices that you made throughout the game will not impact this ending. Quite frankly, I think your choices don't impact anything at all except your relation to your team, to the rest of the Guardians, and to other characters that you meet throughout the game. For me, this game is Uncharted in space. I think that Uncharted games are fucking amazing, especially Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is also one of my all-time favorite games. Ever since I played Uncharted, I've never really felt the same emotions in an action-adventure games until I played Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy. Even with some of its flaws, it's still a magnificent, a great experience. Also, it makes you get a lot more attached to those characters. I might even go up to say that I prefer the Guardians of the Galaxy from this game to the Guardians of the Galaxy of the movies. Even if I love the movies, I think that in this game the characters are a lot better. Something seems better in each of them. I'm not saying that the movies are bad, I'm just saying that something makes me prefer the game to the movies. but the movies are amazing. Even if the story of the game has some weak points and sometimes Peter Quill seems a little bit annoying and your choice of dialogues, it doesn't harm the experience. The game itself is quite simply amazing, and I would not hesitate even a second to recommend it to somebody. The game feels alive, the game feels strong, and those interactions, this environment, this atmosphere where you are thrown into is fucking amazing. You are one of the Guardians of the Galaxy and you feel the whole story. One thing that I found quite amazing in this game is that they managed to keep the characters so entertaining that they even went to changing famous swearing words by new words. Like in this game, instead of saying oh shit, they will say oh scut. Or instead of saying what the fuck is that, they will say what the fuck is that. And that made me laugh so much when I first heard it. But then you get used to it and you almost hear the right word. First of all, it makes the game kid friendly and it makes it a lot funnier and a lot more entertaining. When we know that the game is amazing, you might not like the game. However, if you play the game and you know that it's a great game, you know that it is way better than Marvel's Avengers, you know that this game deserves a sequel, what ideas might make the sequel even better than the game it is right now? Well, first I think a longer story. 16 chapters, some of them are really short, and I wish that the game was at least twice as long as it is right now. More freedom to design your characters and more upgrades for other Guardians. You can upgrade Peter Quill, however you cannot really upgrade Drax or Gamora. It will be better if you had a lot more freedom to upgrade them and choose what kind of a sort of a skill they will have, how they will act during combat, what possibilities they will have. This would have been great. More outfits and more customization, some details of their outfits will be great as well. It would have been great to have more options to use the other Guardians. Like when you send Rocket into a small tunnel, why not give us the option to use even play as Rocket as he goes through this small tunnel and he sort of need to go through a small puzzle game like in order to unlock the door. This would have been cool as well. Why not have more space to explore, not have more open locations like in Mass Effect Andromeda? You had different planets which you can go to and you can explore freely those planets while you are there. In Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy, I know that this is a linear experience, but given some sort of a freedom like in God of War would have been great. A little bit more space to explore and more things to find, not just outfits and parts to upgrade yourself. It would have been great also if your choices made a difference in the game, if they didn't feel so useless, and if they had an impact on the ending at least. Make our choices have an impact. And another thing that would have been amazing is to have more cameos from different Marvel characters. We've seen some of them in this game, but not that much. It would have been amazing to see a Hulk, for example, like on one of the planets, or to see Iron Man, or something like this, maybe Captain Marvel, some of the characters that are going also to space and have this small crossovers during the game. This would have made it fucking amazing. And also more songs. We had some songs, it was fucking amazing, it was fucking great. So let's add more. More amazing tracks from the 90s and the 80s. All of the best, old school, the best of the best. The game is amazing, and it sets an example for future action-adventure games. It does have its flaws, but its charm kinda sort of covers it up and makes it almost excusable. It won't be everybody's cup of coffee, of course, but if you love this game, like me, and you want to see a sequel, let's spread the word and let's make more people know about this game, and especially that it is nothing like Avengers. So let me know what you think, let me know if you have played the game, let me know if you want to see a sequel, let me know if you liked it or didn't like it. Let me know especially what do you want to see in a sequel, what will make it a lot better, even better than the game is right now, what might make it even go up to a Game of the Year contender. So yeah, if you like this game, keep on playing, keep on telling people about it, and let's just hope that Square Enix will make the right choice and will be making a sequel for Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy. So yeah.
What's wrong, honey? You look terrible. This is a place to forget your troubles.
Got one thing left to do, and then I plan on doing some serious forgetting.